I think we have a contest of how many times they fuck Goldberg we take a drink. Is that what's happening? Is that what's fucking happening today? I told you guys. Sorry, I'm jumping right into this, I swear to God. It's unscripted. Apologies. I'm just jumping right in. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I'm sorry. I really don't. But this motherfucker, they put out the red carpet for him and walked him in and gave him a 15-minute match with one of the best wrestlers in the world, possibly ever. And he no-sold this chop, first of all, and laughed about it. And then he made fun of it on a pod later. And then he was mad about the way they sent him off. What happened? What happened? Why did we even do this? Why does wrestling continue to like churn in on itself and go, let's do this. This is so good. And it stabs itself in the heart. Why do we do this? I'm sorry. What? Why?
I mean, I don't know. What? Are you asking why they bring big names back to pop a rating? Because that's...
No, you know the answer. I know the answer.
No.
I don't care about that, bro, because the short game always gets fucked in the long game, and you know that. You know this, Jess. You've seen this before. If it's done right, I get it. The Mike Tyson thing is the exact opposite of it, of how it springboarded WWE back into fandom. I get it if you do it right. But someone like Goldberg never cared about it, never cared for the sport, never cared for the authenticity of it, never cared about his fellow person in the ring, only cared about himself, never took time to pay it back.
Dave, here's
why would you think?
Here's why you're so upset. And I agree with you. We all agree with you.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we do. Yeah, let me preface by saying that.
We spent 3 weeks shitting on it as soon as it was announced, and we said, "What are they doing?"
I definitely did.
3 weeks, by the way. And let's just focus on the fact it was 3 weeks. Goldberg's pissed that it wasn't like a months-long farewell, and then it exceeds expectations. So all of us said, "You know what? That was actually as good as we could have possibly hoped for. That was a good match. We were pleasantly surprised. It was a good match
because Gunther is awesome. Gunther carried the whole thing.
Off an amazing weekend of wrestling, which this guy is now overshadowing, which we should talk about. And then we were all good." And then Ariel Helwani has an interview with him where he bitches about everything and his goodbye and he deserves better and he was slighted and then it was like, so now we're like, for a second we believed you, like you did good and you couldn't leave it alone, and now it's like I deserve more. Gotta be honest.
And we allowed our expectations to be curbed. Like we were like, okay, let's see what this guy. He doesn't even know that. The only reason why he got famous to begin with, the Warrior had the same problem. They just both refused to see that more talented people put them over, and that's the only goddamn reason why they even had a career during the wrestling's heyday. Like, that's the only reason why. He knows so little about pro wrestling that he legitimately thinks that he should have been treated like a Stone Cold or The Rock or The Undertaker or anybody else of that ilk or whatever. He really truly believes that he believes it, which means he knows even less about wrestling than I thought he did, and I didn't think he knew anything to begin with.
He never bothered to learn after all these years.
It's so 60. He never bothered to learn. The beloved Charles Robinson's ribs or cracked them. He's still like a week after John Cena running top speed or whatever, like
I mean, Charles Robinson
and he's fine.
79 years old, or I know he's younger than that, but I mean, like that shouldn't be doing shit like that anyway. But it's great that he does that. But
I love that man.
Boy,
and he still puts the ring up like
so selfish, so selfless. He's selfless. Right,
he cracked his rib.
But we're watching a stream. What are we doing?
Yeah.
We're just gonna put Dave's mic down. So
yeah, I'm gonna put him on right now.
Yeah, I'll mute it right now.
No, you don't have to.
So yeah, I'm gonna pause it and stuff too, so we'll have time to talk or whatever about it. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. Maybe I should just make it bigger. There we go. Yeah. You can't hear me?
Yeah, we can.
I don't know what Dave.
I'm muted. I'm muting. You can't hear me.
I want you to be free.
You don't have to mute.
As a
we were
bird.
just kidding. That's what people say.
Yeah, I want you to be free as a bird, Dave. To go crazy.
I don't know if everybody. I'll leave it off.
I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna play a little bit, and then I'm gonna pause it for us to annihilate him. So don't worry, we're all gonna get our chance to tell him what a fuck nut he is. Even
he's just fucking stupid. Okay, go ahead.
Even his dumb face right now. I want to spear him and crack his rib.
He is dumb. God, dumb people.
Let me know if you guys can hear this. Oh, can you guys hear it?
We got you. We hear you.
You're battling like mixed emotions here about everything.
Look at his dumb face.
What a fucking stupid setup too from Ariel. You said mixed feelings. Mm-hmm.
He's chewing right now. God damn.
Huh? Where are you going? Like already, like this fucking dipshit. Like already, like he's like, I'm not gonna say I'm not grateful, but I'm gonna, now let me bitch for another fucking 4 minutes about how I'm not grateful.
But Jess, what does it mean? I was a WCW guy. What the fuck does that even mean? Who cares? Yeah. Who the fuck cares?
Oh,
Who cares where you came from and where you were?
Shit on because you were a WCW guy, even though like he called you out and you had one last run at Atlanta. Like, shut up.
They could have just sent you. They could have never called you.
Yeah,
could have never fucking called you.
Right, like, and he's shitting
I hope he never gets inducted.
He's shitting on the Triple H regime. The last time that he had a match was under Vince, I believe. Like when he had a Saudi match against was it Lashley or something like that. Like I'm trying to remember, but like yeah, it was under Vince. Triple H didn't even have to care about you to dust you off, and you're being ungrateful. Like it doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's all.
Okay. You should leave it like that then. Just leave it like that.
Or you can shut the fuck up
and deal with your face warts.
I know you mentioned this 2 week thing, but what specifically could have been done differently? Could you tell us that?
Oh, 100?
Me and I just.
Like there's about 100 things, as in like Goldberg is a television producer, like he's an expert. After all the years, there's about 100 things. Oh, like what TV producer? What TV shows, Goldberg, have you produced and that you've booked time for commercials and you booked time for everything else? Like what the? Please enlighten us. Oh, great Bill. Great Bill.
It's absolutely insane.
Tell us your philosophy, because you're such a good pro wrestler, and then you also know timing and pacing of a live television show. So go ahead and just give us that gift.
If he knew pacing of a television show, he wouldn't have been cut off when he was trying to give his like thank you speech. Well, that was his fault.
It wasn't his fault. I have to say WWE kind of did fuck up on that, but they didn't fuck him. Is my point. He just happened to be the guy with the mic. They undercut time. It wasn't
purposeful.
It happens. It could have been anybody that was in that position. But anyway, I'm sorry.
You run the whole speech on social, which will still get millions more. Like he's just and nothing is coming.
And by the way, what got put in, what got cut, it wasn't a bad cut either. By the way, it wasn't that awful. It was like,
like they did, or he wasn't communicated to him that like, okay, hold off air and then finish your speech or whatever. Like, who cares?
And they did. And whoever was producing the show, they cut to a commercial at a weird time, but they're on network television, and people, even fans, don't seem to understand that.
It's NBC. It's Saturday Night's Main Events. They can't cut it off whenever they want. It's not cable. It's not PLE.
It's not a pre-tape. It's not pre-tape like Saturday Night's Main Event used to be. It's a live broadcast. The only things that were live about Saturday Night's Main Event.
Murder, She Wrote is ready to go, Jess. Murder, She Wrote is coming on right after. I'm sorry, no one knows that reference except for us. But no, it's gotta come on right at 11. Jesus, like just fucking get over it. It's network. The next show has to come on. It cuts off and it goes on. But again, that's not even the worst part of this whole thing. I'm sorry.
He's got more for you.
It's just I bet he does. Oh God. They didn't do. Okay, so we already talked about this. It's all good.
That's all. Oh, in my expertise.
Wait.
That's all.
It's live. It's live television, so you can plan for it. It's live television, so you should have planned for it. It's live television. You should have realized what fucking time it was. Whoever blames that, dude, fucking go look at a watch, bro. Like,
doesn't know what
shut
he's
the
talking
fuck
about.
up. Like
someone after he got off the match or whatever, someone like his manager or some people went up to him and like, dude, did you dirty Bill? Like you'll hear it later too. He really thinks this was like a mean-spirited rib against him because he's a WCW guy. Because he really thinks he thinks he's on the same ilk as like Sting and Hogan and The Rock and fucking Austin. He really believes that I belong up there with them. Like Sting's last match, it should have been a PLE of Goldberg's last match. Like that's what he thinks. Because he's a bitch.
So he's going to give back the $600,000 check, whatever you got for it, because that's what he's going to get.
Oh, the answer to that question is no, he's not, Craig. He's not going to give a goddamn dime back.
And by the way, you were put in a main event on Saturday night's main event, and you wrestled a 15-minute match where you should have gotten squashed
on network television.
And you are like
network television,
bro.
In Atlanta, your hometown. Say goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh God, dude. Oh my.
But yeah,
God.
man, they fucked him.
Yeah, the promotion that didn't even build him gave him a retirement match, and he's bitching.
What a good point, Jess.
I just come on. That's a lie. Have you ever heard of TV time remaining? You fuck.
How did you react when you went backstage and realized that it got cut off? Because I'm sure in the moment you think that this is airing across the world, right? I don't care.
It's not.
I don't care, but I'm bitching about it for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Even though it's less than 1 million people on NBC, but 6 million will see it after.
Yeah.
Shut up. Yeah, man. Buried you.
Yeah, he thinks that he's being stabbed, like stuck.
Yeah. When you knocked yourself out, yeah, they buried you.
I just don't. The simplest thing that I can say is that he's dumber than I thought. Like I mean that. Like he knows less about. I didn't think he knew anything about wrestling anyway. But he knows so little about pro wrestling that he, again, is delusional, and he thinks that he deserves a big send-off, like, again, some of the big stars that I've named.
Which he got. He
really believes that, they're wasting network television time on him, and he thinks that's a rib. He thinks that they ribbed him by not doing it on a PLE. They just put me on lowly Saturday night's main event. Oh, you mean a live network special in primetime? Yeah, they ribbed you good there, Bill. And why would Triple H even waste his fucking time to rib Bill Goldberg by putting him in there in the match against Gunther, who has no business in there anyway? And Gunther was so good, he made the match look competitive because he's a real wrestler and a real champion, something that Bill is not.
Because he's a fucking...
Something that Goldberg never understands.
Gunther's a fucking real worker.
He was just in there with a guy who was trying to show him one final time, this is what wrestling is about. It's about cooperation and me understanding. Do you think Gunther could have been a dick and said, dude, you're fucking killing me, man. Like, you let me lose to Uso, and then I finally win it back, and now my next big title defense is against a 60-year-old man? But no, Gunther's
a 60-year-old man.
I mean, he laughs at me when I chop him?
Who fucking no-sells one of my signature moves. Yeah. Like, and I don't even have that clip, but okay, I'm gonna keep going here. I'm gonna punch myself in the face.
Yes, you are.
He just said he thought he got ribbed. I hate him.
What?
Okay. No, that makes sense. You guys should get on board.
Yeah, and right there, like he thought he got everybody too. He did the look like he's like, huh? Did you guys? That's my good point, huh? I really hate
myself into a shoot. What? No.
I really dislike him. It really bothers me that he is a piece of shit.
It's such an ungrateful move after what they kind of did for him. Gunther got put under the microscope because of that. Triple H got put under the microscope for that. WWE got put under the microscope for like wasting like a very special segment.
People were negative to him. Yeah, because people are like, "Are you sure you want to waste fucking Goldberg on network television? Like, are you sure you want to do that?" And yeah, people were he's so dumb he doesn't even know that the core wrestling fans were like, "Don't waste Gunther's time on this." Yeah, we don't want this. Like, he's so dumb. He thinks that we all clamored for it. Like, and by the way, so really quick too, I know Dave's struggling to get back on because every time I share anything ever, like it does this, but whatever. We're gonna plunge forward, Craig. It was part of a massive weekend of pro wrestling. We talked about it last week. Coming into it, it was we had All In. So in one day, we had NXT Great American Bash, we had AEW All In, and then we had Saturday Night's Main Event. And then the next day on Sunday, we had the WWE Women's Evolution pay-per-view. So I guess we'll just kind of go through it. Goldberg was a part of that weekend or whatever. He kind of capped it off. But first, I want to start off with on Saturday. I watched the NXT Great American Bash later, like the next day, Sunday, and it was a fine show. Listen, Cuz is the NXT expert. I'm not going to try to get on here. I thought it was fine. I from the sounds of it, because I don't watch it on a regular basis, it wasn't as good as their previous PLEs have been. I'm not saying it was a bad show. I was entertained. We saw Joe Hendry. We saw a lot of other people on there. I enjoyed NXT. I thought it was a solid show, but I don't think it was the best show of the weekend. I think
and you said it was in. I didn't see it either, but I didn't see it. But you said it was also in Atlanta Center Stage with the tape.
Where they used to take WCW and all that stuff too. So it's pretty awesome. Like as a wrestling fan, I was like really like, man, like I fucking forgot how cool that was, Center Stage, and it's so legendary. And it's been many years. We've watched WCW Saturday Night main event being taped there. We've watched tons of stuff from the Center Stage. It was really like a kind of a Crockett kind of WCW sort of staple. So it was really cool. So that was really cool. But I mean, like, it was fine for what it was. It was really fine. And then we moved on to AEW's All In. I'm going to get to what I think is the pay-per-view of the weekend. However, AEW, like, I'm mixed about this, but it's not in a negative way. It was way too goddamn long. And, like, legitly, right, with 0 hour, the 1 hour pre-show, it was 7 hours. Like, they started the pre-show at 10 a.m. West Coast time, my time. But it was just Jeff Jarrett and Renee and all them talking or whatever. And then
2 full hours.
Yeah, and then, well, they did the 1 hour of that. And then at 11 o'clock a.m. West Coast time, then they did the hour pre-show, where they had FTR and all that stuff on there too. So that's an hour. And then the regular pay-per-view started at noon and was over right about 6 p.m. So if you were in that arena, like, you were in there for 8 hours almost. Like, if you were in there for the talking heads and all that stuff at the beginning, and then, like, you move on after that. Like, this was too long. Like, just too goddamn long. And I loved AEW. And overall, I thought AEW was really great. Like, I really like AEW All In. It was a really great show. Not their best show, and I don't think it needed to be. It built just like it was supposed to build. And then also, all of the matches that needed to tell a story to advance their television did that in spectacular fashion. And all the right people won. That's so important. Like, whoever helped book this show deserves a raise, because they absolutely...
They got it right.
They needed to nail this, and they did nail it. There was some matches, I think Craig and I were making jokes. Unfortunately, the women's casino battle royal did deserve to be on the pre-show. It dragged the main show down to me, but the main show had no business being 6 goddamn hours anyway. Like, so, Good, Craig, what do you think?
And what I would say that is like the last 12 months of PLEs for AEW, it was match after match. Was it Double or Nothing, or I forget what was the other one? It was like coming off the last couple of months, like every match was incredible. With All In, every match was not incredible, but the ones that had to be hit the right speed, and in the last like 2 hours were fantastic.
Yeah,
so,
I almost, if you would have shaved just an hour off this, it would have been a much better show. Even though it was a good show, but I think it stopped it from being a great show the time. But the stuff that we did see, go ahead.
I love that Tony Khan, like the Adam Cole thing. I think if that was in WWE, it would have been just kind of a write-off and like whatever. Like, I think Cuz would absolutely, he's rolling. I can hear him rolling his eyes when he watches this. But Tony Khan's like a guy that lets the wrestlers, I think, and most of the talent, like, do what they want to do. And I think it was an extended 20 minutes of Adam Cole.
When it works, it works, Craig. Right.
And he let him do it, and the emotion of that you felt. And for all the ribbing that we've given Adam Cole, like, I felt for the guy, and then it even made the moment for Dustin later on.
You're
minutes later.
Nice to me, Craig, because last week I said he was going to be hurt, and I literally said, "What? So we wait for him to be hurt?"
But it was,
and
like,
he was.
And every kind of moment like that, like throughout.
I didn't really wish for it. I was like hoping that I'm wrong every time.
Wishes for it. We're like, the dude's made of glass. We've joked about it and blah blah, and he pick up a weight, and with what he's dealing with,
I think that honestly, we're all joking aside, we're all going to feel a little sheepish when the real story comes out, because I think he's really fucking fighting hard. A lot of people now, it's starting to leak out that he was not healthy in NXT. Like he was starting to have health issues there, but then when he was able to leave and go to AEW, he wanted to, but it was just that timing, like where he just couldn't like get it in gear after that. And then he went away from his neck injury. Then he fucking broke his ankle when he jumped off the thing during the MJF feud, which was one of the hottest feuds and storylines they had. And then he just they couldn't execute it after that. And he's just been literally like limping along since then. And it's not Adam Cole. It's not the guy that we love.
Beloved backstage, like everyone loves him. Like no one like.
I hope he stays there as a producer.
He's not a piece of shit. Yeah, he's not. You know.
I hope he stays there as a producer. He deserves to stay there.
Ospreay and Swerve. I think Jess is a Young Bucks fan now after Ospreay and Swerve versus Young Bucks.
Like, yeah, well, they rescued the crowd. The last 10 minutes of that match was, I mean, of course, like, again, taking all what I think about Young Bucks aside, they know how to turn it up. And they troll as well, and, like, they know exactly what they're doing. I kept texting Craig. I was like, their entrance fucking killed me. I was so angry, like, but it's the...
Going around the arena in a fucking... Dave, they went around the arena like a revolutionary boat, like wasting
fucking ridiculous. Time. Yeah, it's just killing the crowd.
Square motion, it was terrible. Like, you were just throwing shit at
God damn it, I was so mad. And then like they finally get in there, they build it, and then of course it's genius because you have those four in there, and Swerve and Ospreay are awesome. And so it was really, really good. And Swerve and Ospreay won, which means they don't have their EVP title anymore. And when they came out for Dynamite, they had a generic Titantron. Did you see that? And they had no music. It's the best. Like, it was really good. So like, they're just hitting on all cylinders right now. And again, they're not.
They need a little kayfabe humility, if that makes sense. They're just, everybody hates them at this point, so you need to have something to like turn that around for them. And they also need to like can you do a different moveset every now and again? And I think that match kind of showed that. I've seen it all over socials. That moveset has been everywhere that those four did together, and it's incredible. Like they did a great job.
I don't know if Tony Khan is doing this, or I have to believe that he's trusting other people. That
he's trusting others
to tell some of these stories, because the way this show was booked, it all made sense. And so not all of the matches need to all be A+, which we get sometimes on some of these pay-per-views, but their stories don't connect.
Sure.
MJF winning the men's casino gauntlet made total sense for who was going to win later in the night. And they've never really connected that well before. Maybe they did in 2019 when they first started, when they had Cody aboard and all that stuff or whatever. But now it feels, right. And MJF did an interview before the show, by the way, and said, all I can tell you is that the locker room energy is different. That's all I can tell you. And so I think that says a lot about where they're going now. And like,
and he still put Briscoe over. It was there was stakes. There's high stakes in that casino gauntlet, even without them, to see Briscoe.
Dude, Briscoe is such a goddamn treasure. It's ridiculous how fucking funny he is and how good he is. So that was good. We saw Dustin get that moment, and he won the TNT Championship, the same title that his brother was the first holder of that title, was it not? Cody was the first TNT champion.
Oh.
So it's really cool.
So, yeah.
He got, and it's the first singles title, they said on commentary, since Goldust won the hardcore title in 2002 in WWE.
Isn't that crazy?
That's how
he
long.
was crying, Dave.
Yeah. It was awesome. Like, it was awesome. And nobody kind of saw that happen. The match was good. It wasn't great, but the match was good. And when that pin happened, people were like, did Dustin just fucking win in Texas? Like, it was really good. And we talked about the Swerve match. And then let's see here. The women's gauntlet match, Athena won. Athena looks fucking great. And I'm hoping that she fucking stays on the main stage now, because she is so good, and I'm so happy. We all liked her when she was NXT WWE, but she has just fucking found herself here, and let's get her on the main roster. The women's casino gauntlet match was not very good, and we didn't know who a lot of the women were. That's why they don't have any television.
She was a bright spot.
But Athena is great, and I'm glad. The Hurt Syndicate retained their tag titles, and again, a good but not great match, but it was good. It had great spots, and then the greatest son of all time, Nick Wayne, turned against his goddamn papa, Christian, and Edge's music hit, and that fucking place went crazy. Like, and Edge runs out, and he picks Christian up, and the whole fucking crowd is shaking. And then he looked at him. Remember the famous when he first came in, and then they hugged, and then Christian goes, "Go fuck yourself." Like, Edge hugged him, or picked him up and got the microphone and got in his ear, and he goes, "Go find yourself," and fucking threw the microphone at him and walked. So they're going to build to the Canadian pay-per-view that they're going to have soon, and Edge and Christian are going to reunite and probably take on
FTR.
And probably take on. It's smart because they would have blown it on this pay-per-view, but they didn't. They chose to build, and I think that's awesome. Like, whoever is doing this and is in Tony Khan's ear is pacing better, and it's just
we talked about all this, Jess. I mean, we talked about smaller venues, you know, just make it more packed filled in a smaller set, build stories, take your time. And guess what? It's all coming to fruition right now. Like, again, I'm not trying to say they're going to sell tickets for $17,000 on the front.
They're
like
not, yeah.
Some fuckwads are. Like, but you know what I will tell you is that they are on their way. They're on their way to really deciding, are we going to go head to head? I mean, the smartest thing they did that weekend was like, oh, let's start 3 hours earlier and not go head to head. By the way. And the viewership is going to show that. It's going to work.
It already is. So Saturday Night's Main Event, I still think it was a good rating. So they've had 4 Saturday Night's Main Event. They had one in December. They had one in January, both with almost identical ratings. The one in May that they had, which was R-Truth and John Cena, got 25% higher. So this Saturday Night's Main Event was 25% down from that. But I'm like, look at the competition you had this weekend. To me, and I'm not trying to praise Bill because we all just talked about him, but I mean, like, if this was an unopposed weekend, this would have been a big rating for Saturday Night's Main Event and Bill Goldberg. It just would have.
Agreed. And to your point, going long, Tony Khan made sure that it ran into Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yes, yeah. And it did it. And the preliminary...
Not that he's not afraid to go 6 hours, but he definitely went through.
He did it on purpose. And the preliminary buy rate for All In is 175,000. That's fucking excellent. That's their best number in like 2 years.
Good.
And then they got anywhere between 28 and 29,000 people in this building. Like, it looked great. Like, it looked really good and professional. Like, I was.
And I'm sorry,
happy.
I fell offline. Jess, did you already talk about Tony and Monet? Because that's.
No.
My God.
We didn't, but that was fantastic.
So, yeah, and let me say this, and I'm not trying to pick a fight with anyone on this call. Somebody, Dave, said that Io Sky is the greatest women's wrestler in the world. She is not. Toni Storm is the greatest. Toni Storm is the greatest women's wrestler in the world and has been for the past 3 years, and no one can touch her. And not that Io Sky has not jumped by leaps and bounds, like, and she has taken and all that criticism against Triple H, how he doesn't know how to build people, even though he built Io right in front of us, like, you know, and put her on the same level as Rhea and all that stuff, and Bianca, like, yeah.
But just I would argue Tony did this on her own.
Toni Storm, outside of the Federation, has established herself as a main star. She's the greatest women's wrestler in the world. Sasha Banks, or Monet, whatever you want to call her, deserves her flowers too. I texted Craig halfway through, and because I was expecting a lot, right? And then I just realized, like, they're so fearless that they were just goddamn wrestling, and they were wrestling hard, and they were wrestling good, and Mercedes was excellent. Like, and whoever,
but they found their ridiculous moments too.
Whoever is on the production crew for All In, whoever was the production crew for All In, understood how she used to wrestle, and they zoomed in when she did her handwork and the finger work, and she was pulling Tony's fingers apart and shit. And every submission that Monet went for, she had a counter because now she fucked up Tony's hand in the beginning. So every time Tony would counter, she would grab and pull her fingers, and they were right there with the camera, and the crowd would for ripping your fingers in half. And that's how good this match was. And I'm going to say I texted Craig, this is low-key great, because it wasn't trying to be over the top, like, or anything like that. They were just in there, and they were fucking wrestling. And Tony...
I feel like there's more to come.
She gave her a package pile driver from the fucking top rope and beat her and pinned Monet clean, and nobody saw that coming. The place went insane. Like, people were just like, whoa. I thought that Mercedes was going to win, because I thought they're going to have Toni Storm chase, which makes sense. But no, like, she just fucking beat her. And
you don't have to do that. They're not done.
It was awesome. It was great. And I don't know what this means, if Sasha's going to go away for a bit or whatever. I don't know how long her contract is. To me, it seems like a blow off. Like, she might be leaving, but I've not heard any reports that she's going to leave.
I mean, she still has like the 8 belts. She's got to lose those 8 belts.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
So I feel like I'm intrigued in a great way. But what a night for Toni Storm and Mercedes. And Mercedes' entrance. Did you see that, Craig? So she comes out, and then they had the Texans cheerleaders, not Texans, but what's the baseball team? Oh, God damn it.
Texas Rangers?
Yes, Rangers. Sorry. So they had the Ranger cheerleaders out there, and each cheerleader was wearing one of her belts. And that was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. And then
that's legit.
She came up in the car,
Okay.
she got let out, and she had a big long robe with a train, and on the robe was all the names of everyone that she beat for those titles and everyone she's beaten since she left WWE. And I thought like it was such a great fucking entrance.
Oh,
and then of course Toni Storm had a great entrance too, because she always does, because she's genius. And yeah, it was really awesome. And that was a really great match. And to Craig's point, that's when I was like, okay, finally they're fucking in gear. I mean, they are like, that was an A match. And then Okada and Omega it wasn't what I afraid it was going to be, but it was not as good as their other matches, but it didn't matter because like they told a good story. They gave a good excuse for Omega being a little bit slower, you know, because his gut was hurt. And of course, Okada kept targeting it. They hit all their spots. And then Okada fucking goes over clean on him. And I was like, holy shit. Like, that's really cool too. But the match was really, really good. It wasn't what their other matches were. I don't know how it could ever be.
Well, they can't do that anymore. They can't do that anymore.
We talked about it last week, and it's okay. And
we did.
Yeah.
Stevie Richards said it. Like, it's okay for you to take a step. Like, you're not the same guy from 10 years ago, and you haven't destroyed your bodies, and it doesn't matter. The psychology.
It made me love Omega even more.
Right.
It made me love Omega even more, and he's going to take time off again, I guess. He might go away and say, I'm done. And that's fine.
Osprey's hurt too. Osprey's taking some time off too.
They need like the Omega, the Adam Coles to join backstage and keep that spirit alive in the backstage. And I'm not saying I want to see Omega retire. I'm just saying like he's given everything and he can't do it anymore. And if you can't be Omega, it's hard for your ego and it's hard for fans, and people are going to wrongfully shit on him if he gets in there and he's anything less. But what does an Omega be? It's still better than 95% of the people in wrestling, not just on the roster, in wrestling. Like,
you're not wrong.
You know,
You're
but
not
if
wrong.
you see an Omega B and not an Omega A, you're going to be like, oh, he's not as good as he used to be. I'm like, he's still better than fucking anyone you could put in front of me. But it is what it is. You set that standard so high for yourself.
Well, what I would say to that is the best of them in the world will change their position. And you know who did that out the top of my head? Stone Cold, Jericho. They changed it up and they got better for it. They did. They changed their tactics.
Maybe he will.
Yeah.
So Seth Rollins. And I want to get into Craig.
All I'm saying is we can appreciate if he wants to keep going. We can appreciate a different mindset of him if he wants to do that. But to your point, Jess, you have to be willing to do that.
Yeah,
Jericho changed up everything. You just made the list. Like Jericho didn't touch anybody sometimes for months.
Some people are like. Omega is self-aware, but some people are self-aware that they're not what they used to be, and then they reinvent themselves accordingly. Not that Omega is not capable of reinventing himself. I'm just saying some people don't have that vision. Some people
not everybody can do it. Right.
Well, it's that
can Goldberg reinvent himself? No.
Stevie Richards' point was like Omega doesn't have in it. He thinks that when he's not giving his best, like he's worthless, or if he can't go 90%, 95%, like he's not the guy and he should walk away.
I think the concern is though,
if you give 85, you are still the best in the world. So,
but not even that. If you can take that energy and put it into character work and being that chicken shit heel or something, it can get even better. I mean, how did Ric Flair survive 40 years?
I'll still watch him for years, and I
he's
hope
great. He's really great. I really respect him so much. And then
100%.
Let's talk about the goddamn fucking main event. So first of all, you want this match to end all of your pay-per-views. Like this match is. To me, mid-year, this is match of the year, and I don't know if anyone's going to touch it, like, going forward. This match was so exactly... It wasn't just what it needed to be for the whole Moxley and Hangman storyline. This match was everything it needed to be for AEW, and to show people that... And I'm not saying they're not going to make mistakes. I'm not saying they're back to their 2019 stature or anything like that. But they needed to keep climbing and show people that we want to get better and we want to be a better product. And I don't listen.
And you know what touch I like too? There was no blood in the PLE until that match.
Yes.
Until like he stuck.
By the way, Craig, there was no blood until they faked like they were chain wrestling, and then Hangman caught him in a fucking head and pulls a fork out of his fucking boot and starts stabbing the shit out of Moxley.
Yeah.
And blood was squirting out of Moxley's head, and they did not let their foot off the gas from that moment.
Yeah.
It was a 35-minute match.
And I believe like Mox was like, yeah.
They never did. And can we look? I get the Death Rider stuff in the beginning was a little rough, and I understand. But I want to say the last 2 months of the Death Rider storyline has been a little bit more clear. Again, someone's in Tony Khan's ear and fucking cleaning this shit up. I am so tired of John Moxley not getting his goddamn fucking flowers. Like, he is fucking brilliant, and I don't care if you don't like hardcore or not. John Moxley's fucking awesome, and he has reinvented himself just as much as Roman has, more than Roman, by the way, and then just as much as Seth has. All three of those guys, all three of them are awesome, and they've all. And by the way, John Moxley is right up there with them. I don't care what anybody fucking says.
Yeah,
like
people need to like back off on that. He's saved AEW more than a couple of times. I think the biggest thing, that's the biggest thing. It's just it's a really wonderful touch because you didn't see the AEW belt for how long? How long did Moxley hold the title for?
10 months. It's been
Almost
10 months.
Year, right?
Yeah, it's been 10 months.
In 10 months, he held it in a briefcase. And finally, when Hangman gets it out of the briefcase, and I shared this with you guys ghosted me, fuckers. But I'm just saying,
Dave, we watched it live.
You know
who's to share something that Craig and I were emotionally crying over. We were there.
Okay, we'll just not talk about it.
You will not take my fucking password because you're a bitch and you won't watch it with us. And I've told you so many times.
I won't do it.
What were you going to say when you saw
for the 7 viewers that are out there watching this? I'm just saying. It was super cool when they took the belt out. It still had Danielson's name on the belt because it never left the briefcase. That kind of touch was sick for the marks. Like, they were paying the marks back for everything.
So the match paid off on so many different levels, and then the right man won, and then he got a pop for that. This match reminded me so much of like what WWE has taught us. You don't have to be WWE. AEW doesn't need to be WWE light. But what they did was they took their own storyline and then they put the WWE production touch on it. They let everything breathe, and that was a thing. From all the spots to Moxley losing, which was a big moment because he's been holding the company hostage for. That's the symbolization, by the way, of it being in the briefcase.
100%.
He's holding the company hostage, and I don't remember. Maybe it was Brian Alvarez saying like the whole Moxley character. We're not realizing now how genius it was. If you go back and watch all of his promos, so I guess Brian Alvarez said, I'm going to get every Moxley promo since he started the Death Riders, and I'm going to watch them. He said, if you go back, every promo that Moxley told you, everything happened. And they did it. They booked it the exact way that he said in his promo. He said in the beginning that this company's not as good as it used to be. He didn't say those exact words verbatim, but it was alluding to that. So I'm going to hold everything hostage until everyone in the locker room and everyone gets their head out of their ass, and you can come and take it from me. You can't take it from me. It's locked away in a briefcase. I dare you. And he did, like, everything happened. Then he said, somebody will finally rise up and somebody will finally, again, not verbatim, but this is what all of the metaphors of all of his promos did. And it was Hangman Adam Page, someone from their past, someone that fell short, because when Page won the title from Omega, it fell short because Punk came in the company. They stopped. They focused on Punk. Punk beat Page for the title. That's when Page, right before that's when Page gave that shitty fucking promo where he went off script and pissed Punk off to begin with, and that started all of it. Moxley told everyone to reflect on how we got here and find a way to beat me. And finally, and in the storyline, all of the locker room decided, even Swerve, who is the biggest enemy of Adam Page, they all said, we have to work together to make this work. And they all did it. And the way everything was planted when her name's Shafir, right? The girl?
Yeah, Marina Shafir,
She got handcuffed when she went out there because he's all, go get the briefcase and take the briefcase out of here. No one's ever going to win it. And then she goes, and as she comes up, she's like, fucking handcuffed. She's like, what? And then what? The manager of Swerve is fucking dancing. He came from under the table. And that started, they planted everybody. And Daniel Bryan came back to the fucking arena was shaking when Daniel Bryan came out. Yeah, it blew, and fucking the place was shaking. Darby Allin fucking Sting style came from the ceiling. The place lost their shit. Everybody got on the same page, and then Swerve came down.
It sounds like a WrestleMania 40 ending.
Dave, exactly.
No, you're right. Yes, Dave. Yes, like it was exactly that rhythm and formula. And then
that's wonderful.
Swerve comes down that they kind of alluded to a couple weeks before with the chain that he hung Adam Page with at the event that we saw, Dave, Full Gear. And he gave it to Page and basically just nodded and said, "Do it." And fucking gave him the nod. And so he hangs Moxley. And it's so funny because WrestleBotch posted this as a botch, but it wasn't about that. He hung Moxley to where Moxley's ass was not on the apron, but Moxley jumped up on the apron to try to get him out, but Page was putting his knee on him like, I'm not going to let you up either way. Whether I hang you or not, you're done. And then so the panic on Moxley's face deserves an Oscar. And the way he tapped, it was a panic of a guy who, they figured me out. And that was so genius. And so they paced that. The pop was massive when he wins. And then Page didn't rush. He milked it. I even texted Craig. I was like, I don't think he knows how to open the briefcase because he's fucking with the key. But it wasn't. It was so the crowd would simmer down. And then when they opened it up, the pop of the belt coming out was massive. Yeah. And I was like, dude, where have you guys been for 2 years? Where have you been? This. They were
working on it.
This is exactly what we needed, and it somehow justifies even the first 3 months of the boring ass fucking Death Riders, where we're like, dude, what are they doing? They just figured it out, and it's beautiful.
Just you said this it's really shitty and it sucks, the Death Riders whole thing. But no matter what, whoever does open that briefcase, it's going to get a massive payoff. I mean, you said that 2 weeks ago or even last week.
I thought it was Ospreay that was going to be this guy, but I guess they're going to have it in England next year, All In again. So I guess maybe
they made the right call.
Yeah, yes. And, and I want Hangman to. Craig sold me on Hangman. I wasn't a big Hangman fan. And then Craig's like, no, his music is good. Oh, and he came out to Craig's favorite music, his old music, which was awesome. He came out to the original Hangman music, which the place popped for. So this arena looked good. Everybody was passionately invested into the product, and I just loved it. And I thought that it was not their best show. That's the kicker of it all. But I loved the build-up, and I loved what they told us. They were telling us we want you to believe in these characters, which what I said months ago. AEW's problem is they don't build characters. They just bring someone in, and they're like, look at who we got. We got Okada, huh?
We got this guy.
He's a New Japan guy, huh? That's who we got. So, so that's his character.
We got another WWE guy, and we got the WWE.
And now we're learning Moxley is showing us a different level of storytelling. Moxley deserves fucking I'm so proud of him and just what he's done. He's great, and people should fucking understand that it's good that him, Roman, and Seth are not the same.
There's a reason why he was a part of the preliminary foundation of AEW. I mean, I think they saw something
and then
in him
Hangman to finally fucking realize he got cut short because of CM Punk and all that stuff. And I'm glad that I don't know if Hangman was right or wrong versus Punk. I don't know. Nobody will know except those guys.
I would argue that he learned from it is what I say.
But yeah, I'm hoping we see a more Hangman. And now we have MJF coming after him. Him and the Hurt Syndicate are going to break up eventually. But it's going to be fun. MJF and Hangman's going to be fucking awesome. And so I hope now that they're finally where we want them. It was a great show. It wasn't their best, but the fact that I'm more excited about just banger after banger pay-per-view, we like those. But I like the fact that I saw growth in AEW. I saw reason to tune in to Dynamite on Wednesday. I saw characters grow. You have Tony Storm. You have Hangman. What's Moxley going to do? What are the Death Riders going to do? I'm interested.
Right.
What are they going to do with Okada?
And now they have Ospreay's on the shelf for a little while. He's going to take time off. Omega's going to take some time off. I don't know.
That actually kind of works though. You get a chance to build other people in the process.
Swerve going to fit in now that he gave the chain to Hangman. Is he going to be like, I still want to fight you or what? Dustin, I hope they give him a good run, man. I love Dustin.
Now it's my turn, right? Yeah.
Right. MJF.
I can't believe that Dustin's still going. Dustin's still going. It's amazing.
He signed a 6-year deal apparently. It's fantastic for him.
It's insane.
I love it.
So that was a great show.
No, great stuff.
We have to talk about Evolution.
We do. Let's and Saturday Night's Main Event real quick. Randy Orton pinned the future heavyweight champion Drew McIntyre with bullshit. Solo defeated Jimmy Uso to retain the U.S. title. Seth Rollins
Right.
fucking blows his knee out, which the internet is still saying that it's fake and it's a work, and it is not. Los Angeles Knight pins him out of nowhere, and this sucks for Seth. You know, it's so funny.
People
that
are arguing that got changed on the fly. That LA had to take that cover.
I don't know why. I don't know
win.
why he would lose by pin. It makes no sense. Like, but people are like, well, he's faking his injury. He's just going to go get it scoped, and he's going to announce that he's going to be out for 8 months, but he's going to cash in the Money in the Bank. Maybe, but like, I'm like, why would he take a pin though? Like, it makes no sense. Like, and
well, I mean, it sells it. I mean, but I don't. To your point, Jess, I don't believe that that's the way. I don't think. No one's that diabolical.
Seth has
even
been
in
on
the
talk
writing
shows
room.
going, my crutches are right here. I fucking hurt my knee. Like, you know, but like some people are saying,
We'll see.
someone from the WWE contacted Brian Alvarez, and he said on Thursday, which Saturday Night's Main Event was on Saturday, obviously. He said that Thursday, he said they're doing something with Seth's knee. That's what they said. But I think that he knew his knee was injured and he had to have it scoped. So they kind of last minute said, okay, how about like if we do this? I think it might be that way. It might be like, oh, he tore his ACL. He's going to be out for 9 months, but that didn't really happen. He just needed his knee scoped, and in a month or two, he'll be back to cash in. Or at SummerSlam, maybe he'll cash in. Some people are saying that Cody's going to beat Cena and win the title back, and Seth's going to cash in his Money in the Bank like he did WrestleMania and win, which will which will solidify that faction and make them the top faction. And Seth wins his title, and he's smiling and not limping at all. Like, so I'm like,
Cody keeps chasing.
Yeah, and I hope that
Cody's
happens.
not going to be a heel. Like, when is Cody going to turn heel?
He doesn't need to.
God,
he doesn't
crazy.
need to. And
I get it. I
and
understand.
then Cena can go on his. For the rest of the
idea
year,
of it.
Cena can go on his redemption tour to try to find his way to get back to being a face. Maybe Ron Killings has something to do with that. Maybe whatever. I'm for it if that happens. I think it's fucking cool.
You can churn that around in one Monday Night Raw. You could.
Hey man,
you really could.
Just because AEW is getting its momentum back doesn't mean that I don't like WWE. And they're not going to be as
100%.
good as they were with the Bloodline. They're not going to be as good as they were with the Cody storyline. Just fucking like the process or whatever. But let's get into Evolution, Craig. And I'm glad you brought that up because Evolution was the pay-per-view of the weekend. And I would say that AEW did not achieve that. If they would have shortened their shit like an hour or an hour and a half, I think AEW All In would have came very close because it would have been a lot tighter. But Evolution was a goddamn great show. And it was really, really good. And it was all women. And Becky Lynch opened it up by defending her title in that triple threat. That triple threat match was so fucking excellent. It's ridiculous. And by the way, if
that ending was sick.
The fact that people are still saying that Becky Lynch is not the greatest women's wrestler of all time, what the fuck are you doing? Like, she's the greatest women's wrestler ever. That's it. That's the end of my sentence. There's no one better than her.
You just said Tony Storm was. Well, you didn't say her. You said Tony Storm
right now.
I was going to
She's the greatest wrestler in the world right now. Becky Lynch is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. There's a major difference. Like between that and the fact that people still want to call her Becky Hogan, fuck you. Like, you don't know anything about wrestling. If you don't,
that's fine. She comes out on Raw in yellow and red too. Like, it's perfect.
She's promoting the women's IC title very well.
And I will say, like, for all the things you heard about Evolution with the low ticket sales and moving people from the top bowl down, didn't matter. They still actually.
The crowd was.
It was a small venue to begin with.
Women are the strongest, toughest. They've been waking up hours before us for years.
It was not a small venue to begin with.
Working hard to get ahead.
What was the total ticket sales, Jess?
It was like they hit.
Yeah, I agree, Craig.
I do. Yeah, sorry, Craig. I do.
Like 9 to 10,000 or something.
No, it was like, I think it was like the capacity was 13, but they set it up for 8, and they got 8, and they did fine.
Right. Yeah.
But it was slow to get there or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying.
No, I think they were trying for the 13. They got to 7 and they moved people down.
Yeah, they moved everybody down. So like,
9 to 10,
they didn't. They crammed it on a weekend with not just their own shit. But like you know, I know it was by itself on a Sunday, but you're fatiguing everyone from the day before, and then AEW was there as well, like on Saturday. So like they did.
And I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you guys. I saw Stephanie come on for 10 minutes, and I turned
that was
terrible.
It was hideous. It was hideous. And so like as soon as I saw her, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, why do you have to be the women's revolution? Shut up. I mean, I know. In all fairness, though, so back in the day when Nikki Bella sent that tweet #give women's a chance, like It kind of was Stephanie McMahon, I guess, that went to her father and said, "Can you just fucking move out of the way, please, and let women do their shit?" Like, and I do believe that, and I give Stephanie credit for that. However, it did not mean that every time she said something, I didn't just hear because that's all I heard, and so I was like, "All right, then." Like, I'm done with that. So Dave is correct, and it was like nails on a chalkboard. And but thank you, Stephanie, for doing that, because if you are really the reason why, like, you kind of pushed people down your father's throat, like, to get them.
Did you really not see the rest of it, Dave? After that,
Nope.
He got
Turn it
mad, he
off.
threw his TV out the door. And then so the second match, JC pins fucking Jordynne Grace, which surprised me. Another fucking solid match, a really solid match.
Booker knows.
That's all right.
Knows at the end.
Great, yeah, and
because
her in the mirror
yeah,
afterwards was great.
Blake Monroe turns heel. We all saw that coming because we know who Mariah May is, that dirty bitch. And or what did Tony Schiavone say? Like, he's like, "Oh, talk, bitch!" Like when she talked, so good. So they're working.
I'm sorry.
Grace and her are gonna have a feud, which is fine. Like, by me, like, it's gonna be a great match, so that's fine. The Judgment Day retained their tag titles. My wife Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, which was really awesome. Dude, I know you're not going to like this, Dave. Charlotte Flair got a fucking mega pop. I was not ready for that. Like,
she did.
When she came,
I heard all about it.
People are buying into her and Alexa, and they fucking cheered for everything Charlotte did, which is fucking.
I would argue that Alexa has saved her.
Oh no, she has.
What I would say.
It's the Alexa character.
I said it last week. It's a great PR plan for Charlotte. It's working, and Charlotte in this Evolution pulls Alexa aside. So
let's just hope Charlotte doesn't pull a Goldberg in her final days and be like, "I didn't need anybody." And
I wanted more time. I wasn't given more time.
Dave, she's been super humble.
Cut my mic off.
I'm on board with Charlotte.
And then
I'm still mad about what she did with Tiffy and the promo work, and she didn't really put her over. She has a lot of work to do to come back to like recover from that. Because Tiffy should be way further ahead. I get it,
Dave.
But like
she
Charlotte
was going through a divorce, Dave.
Then get off the fucking TV. Then
What?
Go fucking handle your shit and come back.
What?
Yeah.
And then the match that surprised, it was only 8 minutes long, but the match that surprised me was Tiffy Time defeated Trish Stratus, my original wife.
My girl.
And Trish Stratus, dude, I know it was only 8 minutes, and you got to give Tiffy fucking credit. Like, again, you put these people in this position. You put Gunther in the position to have to fucking deal with Goldberg, and you have. And Trish is way past her prime, and she's not the.
Trish is not Goldberg. She's way better than Goldberg. Let's call that out.
No, for sure. But it's the same formula. It's the same kind of principle of putting.
Right.
So the right person won, and they for 8 minutes had a fucking great match, a really good match, and it just makes me love Trish even more. But Tiffy was really great in this match as well, and she understood how to carry the legend, and I think it's awesome. And then we had Jade defeated Naomi in a no-holds-barred match. Really fucking good. Listen, they did a couple botches, but I love botches in no-hold-barred matches. I love it.
Yeah, that's okay. No-hold-barred match.
Yeah, and their feud with each other has been really good, and I thought it was a really, really solid match. Stephanie Vakir won.
When you're putting that kind of power though with Jade, there's no way things aren't going to botch a little bit. Like what Jade can do and the possibilities, you kind of have to just roll the dice. I'll just say that. Sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
And then Stephanie Vakir won the 20-woman Evolution Battle Royal, which I hate Battle Royals. It was fine for what it was because it's just like a lot in the beginning, and then when they get down to the final like 5, then it got really good. And she's great, and it was really cool that English is not her first language, but I thought she did great, and I thought she did a great promo with going back and forth between Spanish and whatever. And she's just, again, she'll be my next wife after.
And who's the one that was in the top 2 that she made her name for herself that night?
Oh my God. Oh, I would have told you 10 minutes ago, but yes, like she's one of the NXT stars or whatever. She's really tall, really big. Yeah. And then in the main event, Io Sky defended her championship against Rhea Ripley, and then Naomi comes out. She lost earlier in via Owen, a la Owen Hart, a la Bret Hart, where he loses to Owen in the first match of WrestleMania 10, but then ends up beating Yoko in the end for the title. Naomi cashes in her Money in the Bank. I should say more Seth Rollins style. Seth Rollins, who lost to Randy Orton at WrestleMania 31 and then came into the main event and cashed in against Brock and Roman.
And one of the best RKOs ever, by the way.
That's a better comparison. And then Naomi cashes in and wins the fucking championship, which was awesome. Dude, Naomi is on another level. I was not feeling the glow when she was the glow, but she has just improved so much. And this character is exactly what she needed. Again, it's so weird that Triple H doesn't know how to put people over, but yet I'm speaking of numerous people that are getting over.
Putting people
really
over.
Fucking weird that people have that fucking talk. Well, it's Vince Russo and Coach. Why the fuck am I even putting any validity?
Why is anyone listening to them?
Yeah.
But just kind of carry that over into on Raw on Monday. Naomi cut a fantastic promo. And then when they all came out, like she controlled the whole segment. She's like, awesome. I don't even know what you just said. I don't even know what you said. What Io is doing great on her second language. Io was very clear on what she was trying to say. Like, you beat me, but you didn't beat me. And it was like, I don't even know what you just said, but it doesn't matter. I was like, oh my God. Like, she torched her. It was fantastic. Naomi coming so far. Well, I mean, what was she? She was a Funkadelic? What do we call it?
She was one of the...
Oh, yeah. Holy shit.
She was one of the dancers, yeah.
She was a dancer for the
Funkadactyl or something like that.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, from that to where she is today, absolutely incredible climb. Walking out on WWE and throwing the tag titles in Vince's face, essentially, and then coming back, re-honing your craft in TNA and coming to this, bro. That's absolutely sick. I'm really happy for her.
She is one of the product of why I say there should be competition and you should have somewhere else to go. It's her. It's Tony Storm. It's
100%.
All of those people. Yeah. It's John Moxley. It's everybody that I was talking about. That is the most beautiful thing to see. It's why I will always support pro wrestling and competition.
Did anybody have on their bingo card that she was going to go to TNA and get better and then come back and do this? Nobody. Nobody.
She's just knocked it out of the park, and she's a pleasant surprise. And you know what the thing is, though? Can I say this out loud? I just wish Triple H knew how to get people over and how to support people.
Weird.
You know how much better WWE would be if Triple H knew how to get people over? Jade is over, you know, and he's covering up her week. She's not the greatest wrestler, but she's learned. Jade has gotten so much better. Like, Jade has gotten better as well. Like, and he's still got Bianca. He still has the greatest women's wrestler of all time, Becky Lynch.
The thing that nobody understands, like all that women's talent, like, and half of them don't need to carry a title to get like just blown out of the building with a pop.
If you don't see how Triple H knows how to use legends.
This, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, it's Jade!" They freak out. Dude, it doesn't matter. Like, she doesn't need a title.
I don't know how people. It's weird how we forget. Wrestling fans do forget because it moves so fast or whatever. Even though Triple H has done a good job of slowing storylines down. Like, if you don't see the difference in how Vince would sacrifice young talent to get legends over. Right. If you don't see how Triple H has reversed that, a la Paul Heyman, because Paul Heyman believed in this too.
I was going to say, he always talked about
ECW. He always talked about, look, you need your legends, but you got to know, I'm not saying legends won't win, but you have to know how to make them put the younger talent over. And Triple H is doing that with Trish Stratus, with with Goldberg even. And like, you know, Gunther is just, he carried him to a fucking, one of the longer Goldberg matches ever in his career. And Gunther carried him because
has Goldberg ever had a 15-minute match ever? Like, has he ever had that kind of match?
Once or twice. I think against DDP. Like, that was pretty much it.
Well, I mean, and to wrap it up, an amazing weekend of wrestling.
Yeah, so good. And positives from both companies. I know the Seth knee injury, you know, thing, the Goldberg thing kind of soured things, and the production got wonky or whatever. But Greg, go ahead. Sorry. Like, I just mean, like, it was still a good weekend for WWE because of Evolution. Go ahead, finish yours. Sorry.
No, like, it was a great weekend for wrestling in general. I think everyone rose to the occasion and everyone saw as much as they can. If you skip the women, you skip the women. If you skip NXT, I skipped NXT, Cuz skipped AEW. But
I
at
skipped
the end
it
of the
all.
day, like, an
incredible Dave won't fucking
weekend
take you won't fucking take my password. That's my
I asked
problem.
him to. I asked him once.
Craig offered it too. I said, I'll let you know.
Craig, tell Dave.
We figured out.
Tell Dave I said I don't care, that I just want him to use my password. Can you tell Dave that?
All I'm saying is I had a bad weekend, and it's not anybody's fault but mine.
The system just
Right.
it means that you see all my YouTube history, which is not good for me.
I'm not judging you.
It's
No one judges.
I'm just grateful that you gave me the password and the user ID. Unlike tell Dave that it's bullshit.
commercial free YouTube Premium. You don't.
I
see
offered to
any
give
ads.
him my Craig. I'm just talking to you right now, Dave.
You're
be
not
quiet.
hurting Google.
I tried to give him my Peacock, not my Peacock, excuse me, my Sling thing. I've tried because I tape stuff for him on there, and he doesn't care. And just a lot of things right now.
Well, I do appreciate, but I won't. Yeah, I won't do it.
I get it.
I won't do it. I'm terrible.
Craig, I don't know if somebody's coming through in this call or if we're getting interference. What I'm saying is,
I didn't know.
tell him that he needs to just write shit down like passwords and IDs, and I won't even
using
know.
my Discord password right now.
He could still keep this character up on the
I
show.
don't need to write it down if you text it to me. I don't need to write
I
it down.
texted you already. I'm sorry for cursing. I've texted you already. But yeah. So no, it wasn't.
Why are you mad? Why are you mad at me? You should be mad at Goldberg. Still to this point,
I am mad at Goldberg. I dislike
Full circle,
Goldberg.
we're all-
And I tried to tell Dave last week, who was defending Goldberg all of the time, and I was like, Dave, why are you defending Goldberg? And it's a whole thing. I just kept trying to tell him.
I should be coming out. Besides the fact that I refuse to use anybody's passwords, I should be coming out smell like roses because I called out the injury and I called out Goldberg being a massive piece of shit.
You're wearing a Goldberg t-shirt right now, Dave.
I sure am. Hey, by the way, who won unexpectedly over the weekend? This fucking guy.
He did, and then he gets pinned on.
He could be your impromptu champion if that injury is real.
And then, but let me tell you,
night.
let me tell you real quick. You saw this, and then he gets fucking pinned on Monday Night Raw. That's awesome. I like. Hey, I'll critique WWE.
I don't care about
They
that.
do some
I don't care
bullshit
about that.
sometimes. But anyway,
They really do. There's
Craig,
some.
I don't know what
that.
what is that. Do you would do the ending on this, Craig, or because Craig is?
That's what I heard.
Cuz does it does a better ending. It's that the stream is over.
But we're not streaming. What do you use? Oh, you say see you at the matches. You got to do that now because we're not streaming.
Oh, Joe Tessitoro. We'll see you at the matches, right, Stephanie?
That's right. I actually made a lot of matches, and
She's the white woman that says gracias for nachos.
And the smile.
When she makes that face.
That's a good meme.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
All right, everybody.
I laugh every time I see it.
We'll see you next week.
We will see you at the match.